What was your very first thought when you went to that room and saw her? What was the first thing that popped up in your head?
She was tiny. And I was thinking, remember I said kidneys about the size of your fist? Mm-hmm. Harold is sporting almost a two-fister.
Okay.
And my first thought was, how did the doctors cram my two-fister inside that tiny lady? And this is kind of cool. So when you give someone your kidney, I think that gives you the right to ask anything you want. So I said, can I see where your back, where the kidney? And so she turns to the side, and here, this is what our back's supposed to. She's got. I can see a little bump out of my kidney, and that's my kidney right there. I think that's great. And I also asked her. I come from a Jewish family, and Jewish food is, I grew up with that, and so as a joke, I was just joking. I said, "So do you like corned beef sandwiches now?" And she looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" I was kind of thinking maybe that she has my kidney. She's going to like the same things I like. But I think that thudded to the ground. That wasn't very funny, but I cracked up at it. So
okay. Did you feel relieved? When you saw her?
Well, I was relieved when I knew she was healthy, because if you go back to the beginning of the story, that was the idea, is to help somebody not have to say goodbye to a loved one. That you could, when Dad died, there was nothing we could do to fix him. Mm-hmm. But the parts on the shelf issue, that we can do something about. And so it seemed appropriate, seemed good.
Okay. Hypothetically, if she died on the operation table together with your kidney,
sad.
Would you have said, "Oh, dang, that's the worst possible outcome of the whole story," or
it got not wasted. It didn't give somebody the life it was intended to do. Mm-hmm. So it would have been a disappointment without question. But that's part of what that's part of what the psychiatrist goes through. What happens if it doesn't work? What happens if they die? What happens if you never meet them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are all things that were tossed at me day one. And you don't know unless you're in the situation, right? How are you going to react? What are you going to say? What are you going to do? I had a happily ever after, so I didn't have to contend with that, but I'd like to think I'd be disappointed, but okay with it.
Here comes the sunshine and burns away clouds like they never were.